All right, everyone, we are back. I know it's been many months, I think about 7 to be exact, but we are back on the channel, and this may look a little bit similar, but it is actually a completely different car. So where we last left off, I guess, was just a previous video I'd done on the 2021 Corolla Hatchback SE CVT. And since then, I've had a few other cars. I ended up selling that car. I know I made the video because I was going to be buying the Corolla GR, hopefully. But, you know, I wanted something in the interim. So I ended up with a 2014 Scion TC. And that car was all right. And I ended up getting rid of that. And in between that and the Corolla, so before the Scion, I had a 2001 Audi TT. I know, pretty random. It was not the best car. Don't think I'll be owning a German car again anytime soon. But yeah, so it was the Audi, then the Scion, and now we are back. This is a 2022 Corolla Hatchback XSE in the 6-speed manual, and I'm in love with this car. I had the Scion, and my brother actually bought this. Brand new from a dealership, had 300 miles on it when I bought it from him, and then I ended up selling the Scion. And this is where we're at. I kind of jumped right into modifying it because I had basically a year with the previous car and I was pretty familiar with the platform, so I didn't really feel like waiting around too much. But yeah, I guess let's go over everything I've done to it. This is the same location, I believe, of the first video I made of the walk-around of the previous vehicle. So it's kind of like coming full circle back with a different vehicle. But yeah, get into it. I'm going to start with just the vehicle itself. Like I said, it's the XSE instead of the SE, and it is the manual instead of the automatic, and it is the two-tone version. So it's the windshield pearl for the main paint of the vehicle, and then that midnight black on the roof, and then we put on the spoiler. That was first thing we did in that same color. Then I had wheels. It was the Inovia Elders, and they were in matte black. Great wheel, super solid. I just thought the matte black didn't look too good on my vehicle. Kind of blended in at night, you could barely see it. And just like a few weeks ago, I ended up switching them out, and I got the Inovia Carriers in the brushed, I think it's like the Apollo Silver or something. Looks amazing. I love these wheels so much. Looks great on this car. 18 by 8.5, 35 millimeter offset. And once again, running that 1-inch spacer in the rear, poking out just a little bit. Basically perfectly flush in the front. Then let's move on to the brakes. Painted the brake calipers red. Didn't take the calipers off the car, but we did take off those 2 bolts and take the brackets off. That way we could paint them. And then in the front, I have upgraded pads. They're the EBT red stuff pads, so a little bit better braking, but this isn't a race car. So just did the front, and I didn't go with the yellow stuff, the crazy track brakes, but it's something. Then as you guys can probably tell, it is lowered. Same thing, RSR 1-inch lowering springs. Didn't go with the super downs because they were out of stock, but probably the best decision for the daily. Then little stuff, you know, like if you guys can see right there, I have the OEM mud flap kit on, which I think looks very good. And these little door inserts, because this car originally came with these door guards. I didn't really know how I felt about them, but they're kind of growing on me. And then I saw they sell these little rubber inserts, and it says Corolla HB. Very cool little addition to this car. Like them a lot. It was like 30 bucks. Same thing with the mud flap kit. I think it was like 50. Then I guess let's move on to the exhaust. So we built another custom exhaust. This one, instead of just leaving that 1.75-inch pipe from the resonator back and just cutting it off at the muffler, we went all the way back. We made a custom flange, and I'll probably make another video of the underside of the car, but it's 2-inch pipe, or 2 1/4, I believe, all the way back, actually off of a Corvette. We took that piping off of a Corvette, and the tips are from Mustang, just leftover piping laid around, basically a straight pipe all the way back. And I'll get a sound clip for you guys here in a minute, but it sounds amazing. Huge pipe, ton of pops. It's crazy. I was super surprised about it, but yeah, like my favorite exhaust for this car. Pretty aggressive. You know, we didn't go out too far because I didn't want to be a little bit ricey, but it's a little rowdy, but I like it a lot. Then, as you guys can tell, underglow. Redid it, did it a lot cleaner. We actually have the rear connected up to the sway bar, and then we just put the fronts and the sides and the fronts like a little bit further in, because the thing I hated about the underglow was that you could see the individual LEDs. It just looked cheap to me. I didn't like it. So we did a much better job installing it this time. It's still Govee, but it's a little bit more expensive kit. I think it was like 50 bucks, something like that, but really great deal. And on the XSE, there's a ton more panels underneath. It's like much more of that flat all the way through, kind of like on the Supra a little bit. So we had a lot more material to work with in terms of where we were gonna put those self-tapping screws to get the underglow to fit in. Yeah, but it looks great. You know, we can change the color to anything as you normally can with underglow, but because those rear lights are a little bit further in, it kind of lights up the inside of the wheel, which I really love. Looks amazing. And yeah, like a lot of little cosmetic stuff. Like this vanity plate is the color I had, or the plate I had on the previous vehicle, and it was from the paint color. It was wind chill pearl, and I just did wind chill, and I didn't want to get the plate again just because I already had another plate. But in Arizona, you don't need a front plate, so I took the plate that I had left over and I got a front bracket relocator for the front tow hook because I didn't want to drill into the bumper, and I put that on there because it doesn't matter if you have a plate that's not registered to anything on the front because you don't need a front plate. So we have that little windshield banner, and then I have the mirror caps. I didn't go with the fake carbon fiber because it looks whack, but we did the gloss black, and it's actually, you know, unless you get up super close, a pretty good match to the paint. You can obviously see there's a ton more flake in that midnight black, but looks very, very good. The interior, since it's the XSE, has that digital gauge cluster, has the leather seats and the power seat as well, but everything in here is stock basically. Haven't done anything there, but it is the 6-speed manual. I love it. It is like the smoothest clutch in the world. Great vehicle, super smooth, way more fun. You know, you can kind of launch it a little bit and squeak those tires, the front tires, and it is just so much more fun than the automatic. It's crazy. But for the most part, that is the majority of my mods. I have a little bit to show you guys under the hood, a little more than last time. I know you guys didn't like that Lexus engine cover, so it's nothing like that, but I'll show you guys what's under the hood right now. That is the other thing that I somehow forgot to mention, even though I was staring right at it. The hood. It is not a carbon fiber hood, but it is wrapped carbon fiber. It's a 3M wrap, so I got a really great deal from a shop in town, because it's kind of hard to get large or medium-sized quantities of 3M wrap. You know, you either buy a roll fit for a full car or like little strips on Amazon. So I was like, you know what, probably be 150 bucks to buy the wrap. I ended up getting this done for $300 even, and I have the little warranty through them. So I figured, you know what, why not? And I am trying to practice my wrap. You know, I might end up wrapping this whole vehicle at one point because I'd love to be able to do that as a side job. But for now, we got it done through them. And yeah, it was a really great deal. If you guys are in the Tucson, Arizona area, it was Centerline Wraps. They did an amazing job. They got this done in probably 30 minutes. It was kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting to get it done same day, but they did an amazing job. So now let me show you guys what's under the hood. Okay, so no engine cover as you guys can see, but we do have an intake on here. So it is the engine, whatever, cold air intake. And I got a Spectre, Scepter, whatever filter, because the filter that came on it, I actually bought this used. It's about a $400 intake brand new. And I got this from a buddy of mine who has a Corolla sedan that he hasn't really been driving because it got into an accident. But I bought this kit from him for 100 bucks. Super great deal. You know, truthfully, if you're looking to buy this intake for your vehicle, I wouldn't, unless you can find a deal on it, because for $400 you don't get that much. You know, I do have the exhaust, so it's kind of hard to tell the sound difference from a factory car. I don't really know, maybe there is a big difference, but for me, you know, I'm already getting some pretty good noise. I didn't notice too much. It's supposed to add, I think it said up to 10 horsepower and 8 pounds of torque, which is a lot, enough that you would notice it. Truthfully, I don't notice it too much. You know, it looks great in the engine, and for 100 bucks, I'm not mad, but I would not pay $400 for this intake, if I'm being honest with you guys. The filter was another 40 bucks. That guy's the video cut off, but I was saying the filter is 40 bucks, so like 145 all in, you know, after tax and everything, but pretty good deal for this intake. But that is everything under the hood, and that is basically everything for this vehicle. So I went over wheels, brakes, lowering, underglow, intake, the wrap on the hood, you know, all the little stuff, mud flap kit, side view mirror caps, the windshield banner, the spoiler. The exhaust is a pretty big one. One of my favorite things about this vehicle. I'll grab that sound clip for you guys here in a second. But yeah, that should be everything for this vehicle. That's one more thing. That aerial banner on the back. If you guys are in the Tucson area, I'll leave a link, or I'll leave the @ down below. But it's Ariel is the name of the car group that I'm in. that is being started recently. Oh no, security. Well, we might be getting kicked out in a second. But yeah, a buddy of mine started it, and really great group that I'm a part of. Really good group of guys, and it's been a lot of fun. But I'll grab that sound clip for you guys here in a second if I don't get kicked out. How you doing, sir? I'm doing well. I was just filming a quick video. Is that all right? Okay, yeah, I understand. I'll leave right now if that's okay. Have a nice night. Oh no. All right, well, we are getting kicked out of here, so I'll grab that sound clip for you guys at a different location. But let's roll. E-brakes on. He already left. He trusted me that I was gonna leave. Big mistake. I'm kidding. But we'll grab that sound clip soon. So we've relocated to a new spot, but a couple things I want to say before I show the sound clip and in the video. First thing is, appreciate all of you. And I know it's been a long time, but I'm really hoping to be consistent with the videos and have some good content for you guys. I have more mods for this car, and that GR that I spoke of a few videos ago, as well as in this video, may or may not be in the family now. So you should be seeing that in the next video. But as well, this car, I just wanted to say, it has 6,324 miles. So still very new. You know, I did one oil change at 4,000 miles on my own. But yeah, I don't really trust taking it into the dealerships at this point. But, you know, do all the work myself, and I trust my own work. But yeah, it's a really great car. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Last thing is, I'll leave the for the car club Ariel that I'm in as well, so you guys can check that out on Instagram. And yeah, let's hear this car. That was a little loud. It's like 1 in the morning. We got to get out of here. But that is the exhaust sound. It's got some nice pops when I'm downshifting, and when I'm upshifting. Whenever it's cold out in the mornings, I'll shift and I'll get a nice little pop. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time.